I don't know what else to say here. Have I fallen off? Is it something where I've just given up? Do I just not want to do it anymore? We'll find out on this week's episode of the TrapHouse Podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Mr. Epiphany Chris. It's always good to just be honest, to be forthright, to be on the up and up. So we're going to do that here today. We're going to bring to light some controversy. We're going to bring to light some thoughts of joy. We're just going to bring to light. We're going to take the little light that we've got and we're just going to shine it on a few things, I guess. It's been a time, and that's for sure, since the last episode came out or was recorded, edited, and made public. And there's a reason for that. There's definitely a reason. I know the reason, and it's because I just haven't done it. Is it because I don't want to? Is it because I've been busy? Is it because it's just not on that list of priorities of things that need to be done? Given the state of the world, given the state of how things have been going, given the state of time, space, and energy, it's just one of these things where it's just like, meh, I guess I'll do it today. I guess I'll do it next week. Maybe I'll do it a month from now. It's not on the top tier of priorities lately. And we're going to dive into why today. Number one is, I don't know, it's dumb sometimes, I think, to just sit down here and say words. But at the same time, it's not dumb. It's more of a life experience, or in better terms, it's more of a life experiment to sit and try to create a podcast, to come up with like slogans, the logos, to everything that encompasses it. It's almost like a drain sometimes, but like a good drain. You know? Like after you drain the tub, you fucking let all the water out and you see all the grime and dirt that was once on your being. And you're like, man, I'm really glad I cleaned myself up. And now I'm going to drain all that waste away. So I had to take some time to clean myself up. I had to take some time for me. No reason why I shouldn't. No reason why you shouldn't. There should always be time where you set aside that time just for you. Not for anyone else, not for anything else, not for whatever other reasons people come up with for why they just don't do things. There are times where it's just got to be about you. And this podcast here today will be, like most of the other ones, all about you. It's unfortunate that we live in a day and age where it's me, 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 me. But what about you? So I had to take some time to reflect and to, I don't know, talk to the moon. Spend more time with my pops. Spend time thinking. And now that I've taken advantage of that time and used it for me, I'm now worried about you. And not really worried, it's almost like I now need to do something for you. So here we go. I had to take a sabbatical from the TrapHouse Podcast just to reflect, to just sit back and reflect a little bit. I was really down. I was really ready to record a Mother's Day episode. On Mother's Day, obviously, whenever that was. I'm sure it was a while ago. But instead, I took that time to engage with the human being that created me. Well, that gave me life. The human that chose to allow me to exist. And I'll tell you what a time it was, because I was able to reconnect on a more personal level with my mother, and then not broadcast it to the world. And she was going to be on the podcast, and I was going to ask all the weird questions, about, hey, past childhood, why did I do this? Why did you do that? And so on and so forth. But instead, I chose to just spend time. Not wasted time, but I just decided to spend time with the human that created me. I mean, to be honest, I spent 9 months inside my mom. And it was nice to spend time with her outside of her body. To connect on a face-to-face as opposed to a face-to-uterus kind of a way. So instead of sitting down and questioning my mom or interrogating my mom about things that happened in the past, what we did was we took the time to enjoy the present. And what a time it was. Now, as much as I speak about my mom, you'd think I spend all this time with her, talking to her, around her, visiting her. But that's just not the case here. When you age, when you get older, when you start taking on responsibilities at a job, with your children, with pets, with a significant other, it's almost like you're being pulled away, from the parental guidance, from the parental oversight of your parents. Mom, dad, doesn't matter. Either way, once life starts to happen and you get older, you're pulled away from the things that at one time you held the dearest. Sometimes not so dear. Sometimes it was like, why the fuck am I even here? But instead of wasting time, I took some time to spend it with my mom on Mother's Day. I mean, what other day would you want to spend time with your mom than on Mother's Day? They say it's the most important day for moms. To me, that's a load of bullshit, because in fact, they're moms, and the most important day for a mom is the day that their child came into the world. Whether they liked it or not, bam, there's an infant. And now it's your responsibility to raise that infant into a successful adult who gives back to the society, to the other humans around them. And my mom did a goddamn good job of that. She instilled in me things that most moms do, be persistent, stay determined, don't give up motivation, stay motivated, make wise choices. Famous saying, coming from the famous mom. I mean, she's famous to me because I know her. Many people don't, but she's famous to me. So on Mother's Day, as opposed to doing what I wanted and doing something selfish and neglectful of what she may have wanted, so instead of focusing on what I wanted to do, I turned the focus onto my mom. Now, hadn't seen her in a while, so we did things that we used to do. We went fishing. The best part about this Mother's Day was when you tell your mom, hey, look, show up at this time, and that's when your Mother's Day will start. My mom shows up and she's dressed she's got the whole typical mom outfit on. She's got a long dress on, her hair's done, she's got nice jewelry on. She's looking phenomenal on Mother's Day. Well, when she rolled up, I'm like, Mom, what are you so dressed up for? Why are you dressed up like you're going to church? And as my mom would do, she says, well, I didn't know. And I said, well, how are you going to go fishing in that outfit? How are you going to do in that outfit? That's a sitting outfit. That's a listening outfit. We're not going to be sitting and just remaining desolate today. We're going to go out and do some shit. So she ended up going to a store nearby and picking up just an outfit that could get dirty, something that you could just throw away at the end of the day, kind of an outfit, because I wanted to do something special for my mom, which most people did on Mother's Day, did something special. So what I did was I took my mom around town. We went and we visited a few different sites, and we went fishing. We had a fire. We sat down reminiscing. And because of how time works, it slips by you. It really does. I mean, it's like trying to grab a hold of an octopus with one hand, and your hand's covered in petroleum jelly. Just slips right out of your hand. So amidst what people say, what others say, what people do, how they market this Mother's Day, you make it a priority to do with your mom, or to not do, or you lost your mom and she's no longer with you. It's a hard pill to swallow, but life happens. Death will always happen. And it's up to us to just take advantage of the moments that we do have. So I took full advantage of the moments on Mother's Day. And the reason why I'm speaking on this today is because, moms really don't get enough credit. They really don't. And we're gonna boil that down a little bit. We're gonna boil down what a mom does. Just a little bit, just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Number one is, in order to be a mom, you must, in fact, produce a child from your body. You must produce it from your body. I get it. Stepmoms. What about foster parents? What about adopted children to a family who can't have children? Okay, you can call that a mom, but if you just really technically look at it, not really. More of a role model or a mentor. But to actually be a mom, you must produce a child from your body. You can mix it with whatever you want, but that's the pure definition of a mom. You got to produce a child. If you don't produce a child, you're just a mentor. Or a step parent, whatever. Either way. Not saying it's a downgrade, but to fit the bill, you must produce. So that's the first thing a mom does. I mean, besides the sex part, the first thing a mom does to produce a child is produce a child. Now, it's not always easy. It's not always easy when you need to give birth. I mean, yeah, I get it. We got the loose women out there where kids just keep dropping out of them and they don't even realize they got a baby inside of them until they hear crying from the toilet. And that's sad. That's a very sad thing to think about. But shit, it happens. And it happens more often than you think. But to be a mom, you must produce. And produce my mom did. She produced me. And that's the first thing a mom does. And it's such a great thing to know that in order for life to happen, there's got to be a good time prior, and then a painful time. And then that's when joy happens. It's a good time, bad time, joyous time. And I thank my mom for, producing me. And after they produce you, then they gotta take care of you. And it's not even like taking care. It's just you are put in a position where now there is a being that can't take care of itself, and it relies on a mom. And you know what? Some cases a dad. To take care of, to change diapers, to feed, to dress, to accommodate for weather, to get to doctor's appointments. And this all takes time. Now it takes a lot of time. And for you, for the parents, for the people out there, sorry, not parents obviously, but for the people out there who have no children and live a life and they're stressed out and they don't know what to do or how to do it. Now just imagine being a mom or a dad and having to take time out of whatever you believe to be a stressful day, and at this time, compound it with having to take care of another human that literally shits on itself. People miss these things, apparently, thinking being a mom or being a dad is something that's just easily done. Now, if you know what you're doing over time and experience, yeah, it does get easier. That's a fact. And if you say it's not a fact, you must be doing it wrong. But it does get much easier once you get a grip on how to do it. So let's give parents credit. Let's give a mom credit. One, she's got to produce you. Then she's got to take care of you until you're at an age where you can do things on your own. That's an extreme responsibility to take care of something that doesn't mature until it's 20 years old. Some cases 30, 40 years old. And it's up to mom and dad to take on these responsibilities. And we just give them one day a year? Come on. We give the gays a month. And that's not even something special. It's not special to be gay. You like the same sex as you. That's what being gay is. To be a mom? Come on. You're telling me there's not an agenda behind this shit? Again, I fucking go on a little rabbit trail, but that's what we do here at the TrapHouse Podcast when ideas are freely thought and not generated by some algorithm. So let's give moms a little more fucking credit. Okay? Let's give dads a little more fucking credit. They do more than what we give them credit for. The behind the scenes shit. The time that it takes for them to do what they gotta do for them and then turn around and have to do for you. The child or the adult child. However you want to call it. You're still going to be a child till the day you die to your parents. And if they pass before you, shit, you're an adult now. Because you have nothing else to hold on to. So let's give parents a little more credit, okay? Especially moms. Because they got to produce a fucking, 1 pound to 10 pound being from their body. Have you ever seen a vagina? Have you ever seen a vagina? They're tight like a butthole. And then a 9 pound being has to come out of that. Let's give moms a little more credit, shall we? Happy Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day. And remember, make wise choices like Mom always said. I had to get that out of there. I had to get it out. I had to put it out. I had to make it known that, look, if you're a mom, you better give yourself a motherfucking high five, a pat on the back, and a fucking look in the mirror and say, you're killing it today, every day. Because moms are fucking amazing. Dads are fucking amazing. So keep doing it. Keep being, and keep being you to the best of your ability for the things that matter most. Why not? You get one shot to do it. Now, a couple weeks ago, probably a month or so, not really sure, I really have lost track of all these things, but we had asked in the Here's Something to Think About segment, what if? Lots of time to think about it, lots of time to ponder it. Just 2 words. What if? Now, obviously, like we like to do here, it's important that we understand what these 2 words mean, what their definition is, what someone found out they mean, the meaning behind it, the meaning about it. The word what means a request for specific information. Pretty standard stuff. Pretty standard. What? Request for specific information. It's pretty easy. Now the word if. The meaning of if is supposing that. Supposing that. So let's find out what if today. What if the moon landing was real? What if penguins were not just black and white? What if the earth stopped moving? What if worms were actually backwards? What if, like Chicken Little said, the sky is falling? What if religion was never a thing? What if you didn't have that abortion? What if you took that promotion? What if you didn't find out the facts before assuming? What if you shared the TrapHouse Podcast? What if time stood still? What if dinosaurs really existed? What if birds didn't need a home? What if the power went out? What if you took that left turn? What if you jumped? What if there were actually 8 days in a week? What if the Leaning Tower of Pisa is actually not leaning? What if the earth was flat? What if you chose to go get your hair cut? What if you never passed that note? What if you chose not to do? What if giraffes were 4 foot tall? What if flamingos were blue? What if COVID never really existed? What if you're delusional? What if you like to run and not stop? What if you've lost your keys? What if roads were never invented? What if nature took over? What if everyone was colorblind? What if everyone was blind? What if you had 4 hands? What if you had no thought? What if decisions were made for you? What if weed never existed? What if horses had sheep power? What if cartoons are reality? What if aliens exist? What if money didn't exist? What if your refrigerator stopped running? What if the power goes out? What if someone lies about you? What if you gave a little extra? What if you were you? What if your car broke down? What if the moon stood still? What if the oceans froze? What if the grass is greener on the other side? What if your plans are ruined? What if you run out of toilet paper? What if your heart stops? What if titties were on the back? What if ticks all died? What if wood never dies? What if you were made up of not water? What if Nikola Tesla wasn't assassinated? What if we are an experiment? What if conspiracy theories were the truth? What if pigs could fly? What if dirt could hurt? What if bees never stung? What if you could be invincible? What if you could be invisible? What if space is an idea? What if thought was used properly? What if? There are so many what ifs. So many what ifs. And I've only listed a few. The list could go on and on and on, and you know that. You surely fucking know that. So what are you gonna do about it? What do you do when a what if situation occurs? What do you do? How do you handle it? Like, comment, let me know. Subscribe and then share it with everyone you know. Because everybody's had a what if moment. Everybody goes through what if moments probably every day. And the best part about a what if moment is it's up to you how to handle it. It's up to you to grasp that moment of what if and turn it into production, something positive, sparks a conversation, that's for sure, whether with yourself or with another being. But what if is just something so powerful because it motivates you. It literally, it's like poking the bear. And the stick is what if, and you're the bear. And you're getting poked with what if. Some bears, when they get poked, they just don't like getting poked. And then the stick and the thing doing the poking no longer exist. Well, they exist, but they exist as food. Sometimes when you poke a bear, I mean, maybe the bear's hibernating and it doesn't really care. And it just lets the what if slip by it. Just what if, I don't really care, what if, it don't matter. But then you've got to get poked in just the right way, apparently, to create an action that's got a positive ending, that's got a good outcome. And when I say good, I really can't classify what good is, but it's got to have an outcome that's pleasing to you. Now, to get all worked up, that ain't gonna help your what if situation. It's very important not to just get worked up. There's no benefit to it. I mean, unless you're cheering or, encouraging, there's really no reason to get worked up. If you take everything in stride and you get poked by the what if and you just say to yourself, well, this what if is happening, so what do I do now to fix it or to overcome it? I encourage you all to, whenever a what if situation happens, to just figure it out. Because you can figure it out. What ifs happen all the time, and I encourage you to just figure that shit out. Here's something to think about for the next episode. It's very important. It's one of the top important things. It's very important. This has got to be the most important. Here's something to think about to date. And here it is. One day. Here's something to think about for the next episode of the TrapHouse Podcast. One day. If that doesn't tickle your fucking thought, I don't know what's gonna. It's great to get back on this mic, I'll tell you right now. It's not even like, oh man, I can't wait for people to listen. It's more like, hey man, you fucking did it again. Good job. You did it. You said you'd do it, you did it. Good. That's it. Now carry on, go do fucking something else, That's what it is here. This is all it is. If you find any encouragement out of it, or if you get something out of it, spoke to your interests, spoke to your mind, maybe kicked your thought again. That's really what it's about. Whether you listen, whether you don't listen, hey, look. Again, this ain't for you, but it is for you. So I encourage you all to just stay positive. Don't let the dreariness, I guess, of the times we're living in get you down. There is still time. If you're hearing this, you still got some time. Now go out and make wise choices and make that time the best for you. Remember, folks, I don't know how else to say it, but these are all facts, in my opinion. Now go out and be the best you can be.